Have you ever felt like you don't fully belong to any one group, but you can kind of navigate between many groups? If so, that might not be a weakness, but it could actually be one of your greatest strengths. And here's why. You see, one of the amazing things about polymaths and polymathic people is their ability to be a part of many different in-groups a little bit, but not too overly tied to any single group. That independence, that mental freedom to think for yourself is exactly what we need in today's world. Our society is more divided than ever. There are endless debates, massive data sets, conflicting narratives, and a constant push to just pick a side. But to find real solutions, we need people who can rise above the noise. We need people who can both listen to all the sides of an argument, process complex information, and without bias or allegiance, figure out what's true, what's valid, and what actually makes sense. That's where polymaths and polymathic people come in. Polymaths are uniquely equipped for this challenge because they don't have blind allegiance to any one group or ideology. They're not defined by the left or right, Democrats or Republicans, or by any preconceived outcomes of what they're supposed to think. Instead, polymaths embrace curiosity and they think for themselves. They approach every issue with fresh eyes, ready to learn, adapt, and innovate. And let's be honest, this is hard. It requires breaking free from the comfort of groupthink and resisting the pressure to conform. It means standing in the middle of complexity and saying, let me figure this out for myself. But the payoff is huge because when you're not bound to one group's expectations, you can see the bigger picture. You can connect the dots that others miss. This mindset, the ability to belong everywhere, but not be owned by anyone, is the kind of thinking we desperately need in our world today. The problems we face in modern day aren't going to be solved by the same old answers. They require innovation. They require people who can step into new territory with fresh ideas and the courage to chart a different course. So, if you're someone who feels like you don't fit neatly into any one group, if you're curious, adaptable, and open-minded, embrace that because that's not just a personal strength, that's a skill that could change the world. Polymaths remind us that independence of thought is powerful. And in a world filled with noise, those who can rise above it and think clearly, those who can find truth and create real solutions, are the ones who will lead us into the future.